Hello all, in today's lecture we are discuss about how we can adding the menu to the window in Java. The JMenuBar class is used to display the menu bar on the window or a frame. It may have a several menus. The object of JMenu class is a pull down menu of component which is a display from the menu bar. It inherits the JMenu item class. The object of JMenu item class adds a single label menu item. The item used in a menu must belongs to the JMenu item or any of its subclass. Then we are discuss about the class declaration of the various types of menu. That is, first one is JMenuBar class declaration. That is, public class JMenuBar extend J component implements menu event accessible. This is the class declaration used to represent the JMenuBar. Next one is JMenu class declaration. Public class JMenu extend JMenu item implements menu elements accessible. This is the class declaration used to represent the JMenu. Third one is JMenu item class declaration. Public class JMenu item extend abstract button implement accessible menu element. This is the class declaration used to represent the JMenu item. Let us consider in the example that used to represent how we can create the Java JMenu item and JMenu in Java. Let us consider in the program, that is import java x.swing class menu. Example include jmenu menu submenu jmenu item i1, i2, i3, i4, i5. We are creating the jmenu menu. Example including jframe f is equal to new jframe menu and menu item. Example, that is we are creating the jframe with the name menu and menu item. Example. Then next, jmenubar mb is equal to new jmenubar menu is equal to new jmenu menu submenu is equal to new jmenu submenu. That is we are creating the menu of name menu, then we are creating the submenu of name submenu, then we are adding the items to the menu. That is i1 is equal to new jmenu item 1, i2 is equal to new jmenu item 2, i3 is equal to new jmenu item 3, i4 is equal to new jmenu item 4, i5 is equal to new jmenu item 5. That is we are adding the item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5 in a menu. Menu dot add i1, menu dot add i2, menu dot add i3, submenu dot add i4, submenu dot add i4. That is we are adding the menu item i1, i2, i3 in a menu, and we are adding item 4 and item 5 in submenu. That is menu dot add submenu mb dot add menu. That is we are adding the submenu and menu in a frame. That is f dot set jmenu bar mb, f dot set size of 400, 400, f dot set layout null, f dot set visible true, curly bracket complete, public static void main string ask. This is the constructor in curly bracket new menu example to curly bracket complete. That is this is a program that is used to represent, or that is used to show how we can use the JMenu item and JMenu in Java. The output of this program is in this way. That is, it's consisting of a frame with the name of menu and menu item. Example, it consists of a menu, that is menu adding the three items are added in menu, that is item 1, item 2, item 3, and we are creating the another menu, that is submenu. In submenu item 4 and item 5 we are adding. This is the output for representing the menu and menu item example. Then next topic is extending GUI features using Swing component. Swing in a Java is a lightweight GUI toolkit which has a wide variety of widgets for building optimized window-based application. It is a part of the JFC, that is Java Foundation classes. It is a build on top of the AWT API and entirely written in Java. It is a platform independent unlike AWT and has a lightweight component. It becomes easier to build applications since we already have GUI components like button, checkbox, etc. This is useful or this is helpful because we do not have start from the scratch. It is the framework that is used for building the window-based applications in Java. It was developed to solve the issues that are in AWT. It provides the more component to work and uses extensible component to develop the applications. There are many components in the Swing package or library to perform and define the look and the feel of the project or application. It is referred to as the next generation GUI that has been developed for a Java program. Java Swing is a library of the GUI control and classes are not platform dependent and light in weight as well because they don't create the peer component. It mainly provides a consistent appearance or can say the look and the feel of the application across all the platforms. Swing in the Java is a lightweight GUI toolkit which has a wide variety of widgets for building optimized window-based application. Then container class. Any class which has a other component in it is called a container class. For building the GUI application, at least one container class is necessary. The following are the three types of container classes, that is panel, frame and dialog. We discuss one by one. First one is panel. Panel is used to organize the components on to a window. Next one is frame, a fully functioning window with the icons and titles. Next one is dialog. It is like a pop-up window but not fully functional like the frame. These are the three types of container classes: panel, frame and dialog. Next one is, what is the difference between AWT and Swing? What is the difference between Abstract Window Toolkit and Swing? AWT is a platform dependent while Swing is a platform independent. Second one is does not follow the MVC while Swing follows the MVC. Third one is AWT is a laser component and Swing is a more powerful component. Fourth one is AWT does not support the pluggable look and feel while Swing support the pluggable look and feel. Fifth one is AWT is a heavyweight while Swing is a lightweight. This is a difference between the AWT and Swing. Next one is, what are the features of Swing? First one is platform independent. It is a platform independent. The Swing components that are used to build the program are not platform specific. It can be used on any platform and anywhere. Next one, lightweight. Swing components are lightweight, which help in creating the UI lighter. The Swing components allow it to plug into the operating system user interface framework that include the mapping for screens or device and other use interactions like key press and mouse movements. Next one is plugin. It has a powerful component that can be extended to provide the support for the user interface that help in good look and feel to the application. It helps to the highly modular based architecture that allow it to plug into other customized implementations and framework for user interface. Its components are imported through a package called java.swing. Next one is manageable. It is easy to manage and configure. Its mechanism and compositions pattern allows to changing the setting at runtime as well. The uniform changes can be provided to the user interface without doing any changes to the application code. Next one is MVC. They mainly follow the concept of MVC, that is a model view controller. With the help of these, we can do the changes in one component without impacting or touching other component. It is known as loosely coupled architecture as well. Next one is customizable. Swing control can be easily customized. It can be changed and the visual appearance of the Swing component application is independent of its internal representation. These are all about the features of Swing. First feature is platform. Swing is a platform dependent. Next one is Swing is lightweight. Next one is Swing is plugging. Next one is it is manageable. It follows MVC. And next one is it is customizable, or Swing control can be easily customized. These are the this is all about the features of Swing. Next one container class is JButton class. Our next container is JButton class. It is used to create the label button. Using the action listener, it will result in some action when the button is pushed. It inherited the abstract button class and is platform independent. Let us consider the program. Import javax.swing. Public class example include public static void main string arg, that is the constructor used to represent the JButton class. Then next one is jframe a is equal to new jframe example, that is we are creating the frame with the name of example. Then jbutton b is equal to new jbutton click me, that is we are creating the button of name click me. Then b dot set bound 40 90 80 5 20, we are setting the bounds. Then a dot add b, that is we are adding the button to the frame. Then next a dot set size 300 300, we are setting the size. A dot set layout null. A dot set visible to curly bracket complete. This is the program that represent how we can use the JButton class. Then output of this program is a frame that is with the name of example. It consists of a button with the name click me. This is the output that represent the how we can use the JButton class. Next one is JTextFill class. It inherits the JText component class and it is used to allow editing of single line text. Let us considering the example that shows the how we can use the JTextFill class. That is import javax.swing. Public class example include public static void main string arg. This is the constructor that is used to represent the JTextFill class. Then jframe a is equal to new jframe example, that is we are creating the frame with the name of example. JTextFill b is equal to new JTextFill b idureka, that is we are creating the frame we are creating the text field with the name of idureka. B dot set bounds 50 100 230, that is we are setting the bounds. Then a dot add b, that is we are adding the text field to the frame. A dot set size, we are setting the size of the frame, that is 300 300. A dot set layout null. A dot set visible to curly bracket complete. This is the example that represent how we can use the JTextFill class. The output of this program is it consisting of a frame with the name of example. It includes the text field with the name of idureka. Next component is JScrollBar class. It is used to add the scroll bar, that is both the horizontal and vertical. The JScrollBar class is used to add the vertical and horizontal scroll bar in a frame. Let us consider the example, that is how we can use the JScrollBar class. That is import javax.swing class example. Example include jframe a is equal to new jframe example, that is we are creating the frame with the name of example. Next JScrollBar b is equal to new JScrollBar, that is we are creating the new scroll bar. B dot set bound 90 90 40 90, that is we are setting the bounds. Then next a dot add b, that is we are adding the scroll bar to the frame. A dot set size 300 300, that is we are setting the size of the frame 300 300. A dot set layout null. A dot set visible true curly bracket complete. Public static void main string args include new example to curly bracket complete. This is the constructor that is used to represent the JScrollBar class. This is the program that is we are consider how we can use the JScrollBar class in Java. Then the output of this program is consisting of a frame with the name of example, and it consists of a scroll bar, that is a horizontal scroll bar. Then next component is JPanel class. It inherits the J component class and provides the space for an application which can attach any other document. Let us consider the example that represent how we can use the JPanel class. Consider the program that is import java.awt, import javax.swing, public class example curly bracket into jframe a, new jframe example, that is we are creating the frame with the name of example. Jpanel p is equal to new jpanel, that is we are creating the panel p dot set bound 40, 70, 200, 200, that is we are setting the bounds. Then j button b is equal to new j button click me, that is we are creating the button with the name of click me. B dot set bounds, that we are setting the bounds 60, 50, 80, 40. P dot add p a dot add p, that is we are adding the panel and button to the frame. A set size 400, 400, that is we are setting the size, or we are setting the frame size. A dot set layout null, a dot set visible true, curly bracket complete, public static void main string args. This is the constructor that is used to represent the JPanel class. In curly bracket new example to curly bracket complete. This is a program that is used to represent that is used to represent the JPanel class. How we can use the JPanel class in Java? The output of this program is consisting of a frame with the name of example, and it consists of a button with the name of click me. This is the output of this program. Then next component is JMenu class. It inherits the JMenu item class and is a pull down menu component which it displays from the menu bar. Let us considering the example or program that represent how we can use the JMenu class. Import Java X.String class example JMenu menu, JMenu item A1 and A2 example curly bracket include JFrame A is equal to new JFrame example, that is we are creating the frame with the name of example. Then menu is equal to new JMenu options, that is we are creating the menu of options. JMenu bar M1 is equal to new JMenu bar, that is we are creating the new menu bar. A1 is equal to new JMenu item example. A2 is equal to new JMenu item example 1, that is we are creating the menu item of name example and example 1. Menu dot add A1, that is we are adding the A1 to the menu. Menu dot add A2, that is we are adding the A2 to the menu. M1 dot add menu, that is we are adding the M1 to the menu. A dot set JMenu bar M1, that we are setting the JMenu bar M1. A dot set size, that we are setting the size of the frame 400, 400. A dot set layout null, A dot set visible true, curly bracket complete, public static void main string args. This is the constructor that is used to represent the JMenu class. Curly bracket new example close to curly bracket close. This is the program that is used to represent how we can use the JMenu class. The output of this program is it consisting of a frame with the name of example, and it contain a menu with the options name, and option include example and example 1. This is the output of JMenu class component. In this lecture we have discussed about all the Swing components and their uses. Thank you.